Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh, dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Day or two ago, I thought I'd take a ride, and soon Miss Fanny Bright was seated by my side. The horse was lean and lank, misfortune seemed his lot. We ran into a drifted bank, and there we got upside. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
All right, that's enough of that crap. You know, I would have liked to play something a little bit heavier and meaner. But you know what? The power of positivity, and it is Christmas after all. And last time I played King Diamond, No Presents for Christmas, we got hit with a copyright violation. All right. Merry Christmas, everybody. So Santa Claus probably didn't show up to your place, but here I am, everybody. That's the trade-off. I know, life sucks. It's a cold world. You don't get Santa Claus. You don't get any presents. You get some horrible NFL football on TV, and you get Morency at 10 o'clock Eastern. Now, I would say this is our annual Christmas special, but, you know, we haven't done we're moving in on our 16th anniversary doing this program on January the 6th, which is pretty cool, though, if you think about it. We'll be doing a live show in Vancouver at the Red Card. It's free entry. Everybody's invited. I know a lot of you are going to be showing up. But when it's 9 o'clock, actually when it's 8 o'clock, our show started at, our first show started at midnight, actually, Eastern. It was midnight, January the 6th, midnight. So at 9 o'clock, it'll be the 6th. But in the 16 years I've been doing this, I can only really think. I think maybe we've done about 5 Christmas shows, maybe 7. It depends. Most networks don't really want you to be on Christmas because they got to pay people extra money and stuff like that. I used to be on a radio station that didn't care. They're like, hey, if you want to be on, go ahead. If you don't want to be on, go ahead. For the record, SBR gave us the option. Now, I don't know if there were other SBR shows today, but SBR gave us the option. They didn't say, oh, you're doing the show. They asked, are you going to do your show? Do you want to do the show? I said, hey, why not? I got to have the back of people like me who are sitting in a condo right now, sitting in a house, in a trailer, in a car, in a park, wherever you might be on this Christmas night. Normally I'm more sentimental on Christmas, but you know, I don't have any Christmas decorations here. I didn't get any gifts. I didn't eat any Christmas dinner. Yeah. Like King Diamond said, there were no presents for Christmas this year. Yet, we've got a lot of stuff going on. So, we bang pretty hard, as you guys know. We do this shit like 7 days a week. We've been doing it for a long time, 7 days a week since the football season started. I wouldn't mind letting loose. I'm sure many of you have had a few drinks. But I've got a heavy metal reunion concert to do. My old band Homicide doing our first show in years this Saturday in Montreal. So really, I've got a lot of shit going on that if I drink, it fucks me up for a couple of days. So I've got to keep focused. We've got a show to do Saturday. We've got New Year's Eve. I'm going to do a special New Year's Eve show for the patrons. And I know a lot of SBR guys are jumping on board. But all right, let's get to the second half of this football game because, we have to. Like, for the love of God, fuck, this is bad football. Like, I've watched a lot of football in my life, man, but I'm starting to hate this sport. Like, I really am. Like, between the bad bowl games and bad NFL games and bad officiating and bad announcing and just fucking everything. Bad picks by me. Like, bad beats, bad picks, bad calls, bad play calls, bad refs, bad reviews. There's nothing good about this league. There's not really. Like out of 16 games a week, there's like 1 or 2 good games. You spend all this time talking about this shit. You spend 3.5 hours watching these games, and it's fucking torture. Like people that say, oh, soccer's boring. Yeah, really? Soccer's boring, huh? You ever watch an NFL fucking game? At least you can get 2 soccer games in 1 NFL game. It's 3.5 hours of crap. You know how many fucking times I've seen this Tom fucking Hanks and Meryl fucking Streep commercial tonight? The Post in theaters. No one's going to your fucking movie, all right? I find it interesting, too, that Meryl Streep plays a fucking journalist in this movie when this fucking bitch has been hanging around with Harvey Weinstein for the last 20 years, but doesn't know he's been sticking his fucking hand up chick skirts. It's like the dumb Bobo on fucking on NBC. What's her fucking name? Savannah Guthrie, fuck, the little fucking doll. Savannah Guthrie, fuck, with Matt Lowry. I'm as shocked as anybody right now. I just, I don't even know what to say. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, aren't you supposed to be a journalist? Like, I saw someone say, this is really rough on Savannah Guthrie. She's a legitimate journalist. And I'm thinking, legitimate journalist, like, I don't know. If you're a journalist, you're supposed to be able to sense things. So how do you not sense that your fucking co-host is banging interns with a locked door in the office? Give her a Pulitzer Prize for journalism, fuck. You're a real investigative journalist, Savannah. So either you're dumb as a rock or you're lying. I don't think you're dumb. So in other words, you're fucking lying. You knew Matt Lauer was sticking his dick up fucking intern's fucking ass in his locked office. I'm as shocked as anybody. Fuck you. Merry Christmas, Savannah. Anyways, back to the second half here. It's fucking NFL. That's right, man. Vince knows what time it is, man. Bring on the XFL, fuck. Let's fucking fuck the Sunday night betcast. We're going to start a Saturday night XFL betcast. Yeah, I agree with Rich. XFL takeover. Settle down, Steven Alla. Nothing personal, buddy, but I'm on the Oklahoma City Thunder. So just for the record, Steven, you should feel very comfortable about being on Houston right now. Since I have Oklahoma City, you will win. You will win, buddy. Don't worry. I don't know. Harden will hit a 3 at the buzzer or something. Fuck, who knows? Whenever there's a way of me losing, I'll lose. Like, God, I fucking hate everything. Okay. Oh, you're damn right there'll be lives. All right. Merry Christmas, everybody. Went on a little rant there, so sorry about that. Sorry. All right. Second half of this NFL game's really got me fucking worked up. It's just so bad. The second half started here. My rant, I didn't even get the second half here. Not that anyone cares. Whatever, man. I'm on an Eagle teaser to the over. That's not happening. I like the points with the Eagles. That's not happening. I don't think they throw one damn pass to Crabtree all night. This fucking game sucks. Nick Foles sucks. Like, I can't tell you anything. Like, I don't have a pick for you. Like, the Eagles minus 3.5, I don't know. Do you trust them? I don't. The Raiders plus 3.5. The Raiders suck. They haven't done anything. The total's 36.5. I'd say go under the number. I'd say go under the number because it's not like either team can do anything. Like, Nick Foles is fucking terrible. Fuck. He really is. The Eagles are fucked in the playoffs. Like, I'm going to bet against them in their first game they play, man. They're done. Their secondary blows. Carson Wentz fucking covers up. Carson Wentz covers up everything for them. Like, if Carson Wentz is playing right now, it's 21-7. You know, he's running around. He's making plays. It's 21-7. They don't have Carson Wentz. It's 7-7. You're playing against a team that's been eliminated from the playoffs. It doesn't even give a shit. Great job by Houston today showing up. I was on Pittsburgh, but I like how, I just heard Gruden talking about how Bill O'Brien shouldn't be fired. He's like, he lost Deshaun Watson. He didn't even want to start Deshaun Watson. He didn't start Deshaun Watson. He's like, oh, look what he did when Deshaun Watson was in. No, that's what Deshaun Watson did. It wasn't what Bill O'Brien did. Bill O'Brien tried to keep this kid on the bench. He thought Tom Savage was better. Like, Bill O'Brien's a fucking moron. This fucking dimple fucking chin cocksucker fuck. Fucking Bill O'Brien fuck. Here's my impression of fucking Bill O'Brien. Yeah, keep looking at your chart, coach. You notice all the bad coaches wear baseball hats really low? Like Adam Gase does the same thing. Because he knows. He's like, fuck, I'm terrible. Don't look at me. He's like, God, I know I'm a bad coach, Same with Bill O'Brien. Like, I swear to God, you see Belichick, no hat. He's got a hoodie on. He's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm comfortable. Hey, look at this. Oklahoma City blowing the game. Of course they are. So every bad coach, like, name a bad coach, I'll show you a coach that wears his hat like this. They all like that. Every bad coach. They all have the fucking... never their fault. Never the coach's fault. It's always the player's fault. There's my... you like my fucking coaching impression? I swear, the worse the coach, the lower the hat goes. Like, yeah, you'll never see like a good coach like with the hat really low. Like, Bill O'Brien's a fucking tool. I'm so sick of like the excuses like for the coaches too. Like, how does Dirk Cutter have a job in the NFL? Like, seriously, like, how is that fair in this world that there are homeless people right now? Like, there's some, like, poor homeless dude that's got the worst luck ever, good guy, just been fucked over in this world. And somehow Dirk Cutter's a multi-millionaire coaching an NFL team. Like, how does that make sense? It's like Dirk Cutter fucking should be coaching the San Jose State Spartans. He's not qualified to be an NFL coach. You got his fucking, the offensive coordinator there, Todd Downey. Guy's never been a coordinator in his fucking life in the NFL. He's the coordinator of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hugh Jackson. How does Hugh Jackson have a job? Like, at what fucking point does the Cleveland Brown ownership group, you know what? I don't know if we're going to turn this around with you. Like, the Cleveland Browns are fucking worse than the expansion Tampa Bay Buccaneers were. Fuck. Like, you guys are about to go 1-32. Sorry, 1-31. You're 1-31. Oh, fuck off. Houston just won't go away. Fuck. Was he Godster? Yeah, Vance Joseph. Terrible coach. He's a terrible coach. Did he have the hat low? I bet he did. He's another one. He's got to get fired, this guy. It's just Elway. If Elway fires Vance Joseph, then it reflects on him that, dude, fuck, you go through a lot of coaches and a lot of shitty quarterbacks. Like, the NFL, I've been watching the NFL since 1977. And this is as bad as it's ever been, fuck. Like, this is bad, fuck. Like, this is replacement player bad. Like, I can't even watch it. It's bad. Like, I tried to watch the Steelers-Texans today. I had money on it. The Comedy Network had a fucking Seinfeld marathon on. That was more entertaining. It's more entertaining to watch a sitcom from 22 years ago that I've seen fucking 88 fucking times, every episode, and I know every line of. I was more entertained. A couple of weeks ago, I was flicking around during an NFL game. I was tortured, bored to death. It was a commercial, and I landed on Anthony Bourdain. Anthony Bourdain's trip to Nashville was more entertaining than an NFL game was. It's like, it's to the point where, like, sitting in an airport is fucking less boring. At least in an airport, you see all the gadgets and hot chicks. Like I cannot explain to you how boring the NFL is. Like, it's like watching poker on TV or something. That's what I'm saying, Kyle. And I got money on this stuff even. Like, I'll tune back into the football. I got it on the Rockets game right now. Thank God the Bulls are starting back up tomorrow. And the Bulls are going to start to get good here too. And listen, the Bulls haven't been very good either. Yeah, great job last night, Houston. Fucking Houston Cougars. Fuck, man. I hate fucking teams from Houston. Chris Edge, I got teasers on the Eagles. I got fucking Eagles minus on a prop minus 7.5, minus 175. Yeah, the Bulls have been terrible. Fuck. College basketball's bad. Sports are just bad. It's frustrating. This Oklahoma City game's pretty good though. Except I'm just getting pissed off because I know they're going to blow it. Like, I don't know how many, you guys have had so many opportunities to pull away. You just can't pull away. 110, 107, 1 minute left. 3 ball for Houston, short. Me too, Joe Murkowski. Like, I would have went to sleep, buddy, on these Sunday nights. Oh, Westbrook misses. Fuck. Here's James Harden. They're down by 3 with 20, 30 seconds left. Harden for 3. Short. He was sort of fouled, but he didn't call it. Here's Westbrook. Roberson. 5-point lead, Oklahoma City. I got the TV a little far. I don't know if they fouled him. It looked like they got a piece of him. Fuck, this water's terrible. I got the TV kind of far from me, and it's a smaller TV, but like I thought it looked like he got fouled. You guys watching that? What do you think, Harry M? Is that a foul or what? Looked like a foul. Would have been 3 shots, too. You know what, though? Harden's the king of that. Exactly, Kyle. Harden is the king of leaning in, man. It's fucking bullshit. Like, Harden does it all the time, fuck. It's fucking annoying. You know another foul I wouldn't call in the NBA? Is when a guy is running and he knows the guy's behind him and he stops and he sticks his ass out and Buddy runs into him. It's like, dude, yeah, if you want to get technical, fucking, yeah, I guess I fouled him, but he just stopped, fuck, you know? Thing is, Reggie Miller was like the first one who used to do it. Reggie Miller, like Dwayne Wade's good at the old lean in and the foul. Harden just expects it every time, but I remember about 5-6 years ago, the NBA said they were going to crack down on that. They said, we're not going to give you these free fouls anymore. But they seem to still do it all the time. Harden didn't get it there. Hubie Brown saying they got the ball. Turnover, Houston. Boom. It's a miracle. I win a bet. I can't believe this. $112-107 final score. It's a miracle. It's a miracle, everybody. Thank you, baby Jesus. All right. $10-7 for the right. Jesus, fuck, man. Oh, okay. All right, so what do we got here? We got the Lakers. We got the T-Wolves up next. T-Wolves are minus 6-point favorites. Pretty tough here. Lonzo Ball is out. And Brandon Ingram is out. You know what? Let's take a look at some props here, guys. Caldwell Pope's going to go off tonight. He's going to take a lot of shit. It's like they don't have anyone to shoot. They never play fucking Clarkson. Basketball props, player performance. And, of course, the fucking cocksuckers don't have anything up. They got Kyle Kuzma over under 19.5 points. Yeah, I would go over the 19.5 with Kuzma here. You can go Kuzma over under 19.5 points, or you can go Kuzma total points, rebounds, assists over 28.5. Kuzma assist over under 6.5. I don't know. I think Minnesota's going to beat them personally, but it's 6 fucking points. And the total's kind of tough. You know, there's no Ingram, there's no Lonzo Ball. Are they still going to play the quick tempo, where the point's going to come from, the facilitation, etc.? You know, Randall should have a big night, but they don't have a lot of Randall props up either. Of course, they have to have a shitty fucking game on at the end of the night. Fucking Lakers. And of course, we're going to ambush by shitheads, even though it's Christmas. Put the Laker game on. Right. He is a rebound machine, but they don't. What do they have here? 6.5. Yeah, he's going to go over 6.5 rebounds. Fuck. Let's go Kuzma over 6.5 rebounds, guys. Let's go Kuzma over 6.5 rebounds. And let's go over the 28.5 assists, points, and rebounds. We're going to bet Kyle Kuzma over 6.5 rebounds and over 28.5 points, rebounds, and assists. All right, here's a play. We'll get creative here. How about this? T-Wolves on the money line and the Philadelphia Eagles on the money line. Minus 140. It's a plus 141 parlay, guys. That's not bad. Let's take it. We're going to go down in flames. Shot down in flames. Shot down in flames. We're going down. It's like the Titanic, fuck. I'm the fucking captain of the band. Like Bill O'Reilly said, fuck it, we'll do it live. We got the Minnesota Timberwolves on the money line, Philadelphia Eagle money line parlay. Plus 131. Yeah, that's what we just played, guys. We played Kuzma over 6.5 rebounds. We played Kuzma over 28.5 points, rebounds, and assists combined. And we just played the Minnesota Timberwolves money line, Philadelphia Eagle money line parlay plus 131. I'm not so sure Lisa Ann will want to come on. Maybe. Yeah, you know what? I could get her on, actually. That'd be a good idea. Well, maybe, all right, maybe I'll get her on. But you know what? It'll just be a bunch of stupid comments in the chat, fuck the whole night if I have her on. So if I knew people wouldn't be fucking stupid and say stupid things. Merry Christmas and salute, Gino. All right, let's go back to this fucking football game, torturously enough. Yeah, the Philadelphia Eagles, I just don't see them. I don't know. 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 I just don't see them winning in the playoffs, man. Not with Nick Foles. And not with this secondary. Look at this. Now they get sacked. Like, are the Eagles really going to lose this game fucking outright? Like, are they really going to lose this game outright? Like, where's the nastiness of the Philadelphia fan, man? People should be throwing batteries at these guys right now. The Philadelphia Eagles have ruined Christmas, essentially. Oh, good pass, Foles. Holy fuck, bro. See, the thing is, too, like, if you're an Eagle fan now, you're sitting at this game. It's not just, oh, we're going to lose this game. It's you realize, fuck, our season's over. Like, this team has no hope in hell. They've got no hope in hell of winning in the playoffs. I thought they did still. You know, I thought they could win a game with Foles and then lose, but they'll lose to whoever rolls in here. I hate to say it, but do we just give the Super Bowl to Tom Brady again? Is that what it's come to? You know, maybe the Pittsburgh Steelers could beat them, but like honestly, if you look at the NFC, everybody's pretty flaky. They're good, but they're flaky. You know, the Carolina Panthers are good, but you know, Cam Newton's a fucking schizophrenic bipolar freak. The New Orleans Saints, you know, they're like a better version of the Eagles. They're good, but are the Saints beating the Patriots in the Super Bowl? You know, the Vikings are fucking really rock solid. They're the most complete team, along with the Rams. But then you get into a situation of, honestly, if you get to the Super Bowl, you'd either have Case Keenum and the Vikings versus Tom Brady, or Jared Goff and a bunch of kids on the Rams versus Tom Brady. It started, you know, it looks like Minnesota or the Rams. I think the Steelers, it sounds crazy, but I think the Steelers have a shot this year against the Patriots. Call me crazy, but I don't think the Patriots are that fucking great. You know, they play in a shitty division. They have one play that they run to Gronkowski over and over and over and over again. And you know, I heard Kurt Warner he was talking to the Steeler players about like, oh, you guys crushed about the loss last week. And they said, no, not really, to be honest, no. And they said, no, you know, you're not into moral victories, but they had a point when they said, we actually kind of won the game. You know what I mean? We drove down the field, we scored. They got screwed by the refs, but if you're the Steelers, you didn't get overwhelmed. You didn't get bitch slapped or humbled by them. You got fucked over at the end of the game. He did drop it. It wasn't a catch, but you know, like, so I think that they do have confidence. But the thing is, the Patriots have beaten them 12 straight fucking times. But I think the Steelers do have something special going. There is something about the Steelers. Nobody else in the AFC, you know, the Chiefs are Chiefs, same old shit. You know, the NFL is just the same bullshit every year. It's going to be the Steelers versus the Patriots. And in the NFC, I don't know. I think it'll probably, you know, the Vikings, I don't see people beating the Vikings. Now, the Vikings could lose if they have to go on the road to Philadelphia here, but I think the Eagles probably get bumped out of the way in week one. And then, or like if they get the bye and they get bumped out of the way, and then, you know, the Vikings would have home field through the rest of the playoffs. I could see the Vikings winning both games at home. Like, think about it. Like, if the Vikings get a bye and they play at home, they win their game, the Eagles lose, boom. Suddenly, that's how the Falcons got the bye last year. Like I said, like people have a memory of the Falcons dominating last year, but they didn't even have home field advantage. They only got home field advantage because the Cowboys got knocked out right away. Sort of like the Eagles, right? NFC East team. Oh, we run a bunch of games. So that's the way I sort of see it playing out. The Eagles will have home field advantage throughout the playoffs, maybe, where the Vikings will get it. But either way, the Eagles will lose that first game, and then the Vikings would have home field. And I think the Vikings would play their first game at home anyways. They get a bye. And then once the Eagles are gone, the Vikings would host the next week. I can totally see the Vikings winning at home both games. They're going to be fucking tough to beat. Zimmer's a great coach. They're well prepared. Case Keenum is in a fucking zone right now. It's amazing with all the injuries the Vikings have had, man. Like, they're doing this. Like, give Mike Zimmer is just like, the guy's a stud. What can you say? Like, they're doing this, guys, with Case Keenum and Latavius Murray. Like, they've got a bunch of dudes nobody wanted. Nobody gave a shit about Latavius Murray, okay? You know, fantasy people are like, oh, he sucks. Yeah, nobody gave a shit about fucking, about Latavius Murray. People mock Case Keenum still now. Hell, I never thought Case Keenum was any good. Interception for the Eagles. Eagles ball. Think what the Vikings is too. It's not like some teams, they have a good year. Sort of like the Falcons. Well, we score 1 million points. Like, the Vikings aren't lucky or just one-dimensional. They're just fucking good. Like, they run the ball, they throw the ball, they play defense, they do everything. They hit you hard, they're smash mouth, they're fucking well prepared. Like, they're a real load to deal with. And we can say, well, can they really win with what they have? Well, they keep doing it. And, they're going to be at home. I think they cheat with that home field, with that sound and the noise and shit. I mean, well, you're a Viking fan, Aaron? That's the thing. The Vikings are like the Bills, man. 4 Super Bowls, no wins. Oh, all right, big play. Did he catch it? Fuck. I'm looking forward to it, Kyle. The NFL sucks, but the playoffs will be good to be watching in Vancouver. Come on, Aguilar. For fuck's sakes, bro. The Vikings defense just eats teams alive, man. Oh, all right, here's a big play. Ajayi. Oh, fumble. Fuck off. He dropped it. Holy fuck, man. Johnny Kicknut says, don't worry. This is what happens, guys. We're all degenerate gamblers, and we're getting our Christmas ruined, man. Like, this is the dark side of gambling. Fumble. Lynch fumbles. God, this league sucks. I think the Eagles got it in. Yeah, they did. This is great football we're watching, fuck. What's up, Kyle Johnson? Good to see you, buddy. That's a good question, Eric. What's up, Eric with Duke? Merry Christmas here. Let me go through the list. I've done this before. Let me go through the list again. These are the coaches that I would fire. And this isn't like a joke or like, oh, fuck him or whatever. Like, legitimately coaches that should be fired. AFC East, Belichick, obviously not. McDermott, he pisses me off. He's a good coach. He'll get better with the in-game stuff. He looks like a rookie a bit, but can't complain, really. He's done, the Tyrod Taylor thing was stupid, but we're not firing him after a year, obviously. Put it this way, the Bills' win total was 6.5. Adam Gase, I think Adam Gase is overrated. I think Adam Gase is an egomaniac that doesn't connect with his players. But I wouldn't fire him right now. It's too early to fire him. But I wouldn't let him fucking, the Jay Cutler shit shouldn't have happened. They lost Tannehill. They were put in a weird spot. It is what it is, but I wouldn't fire him. Todd Bowles done a great job with the Jets this year. Mike Tomlin, obviously not. John Harbaugh, no. High pass from Foles. Marvin Lewis is stepping down, and that has to happen. Hugh Jackson, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know how Hugh Jackson has a job. I know the owners of the Browns are pretty shady people, the Haslams. They're being investigated by the SEC, and there's always shady shit. I don't even think the dude's allowed to run the team. I think the wife runs it. I assume that Hugh Jackson probably, walked in on a meeting or something. Like sort of like out of an episode of Columbo. Like Jimmy Haslam, that's who owns the Browns, and his wife is Dee Dee. Or D. Like D. Snyder. I bet you so Hugh Jackson got to a meeting early with them, and they were plotting. No one can ever find out that we buried the body at our estate and that we killed the maid. And Hugh Jackson's kind of listening through the door. What? She's like, if people find out, we'll both go to jail forever. You find out the Haslams, they're off and off. They're Nicaraguan fucking workers or something like that. A couple of Nicaraguan maids went missing, and no one really said anything in the Cleveland area. And another drop. Fuck you guys. Really fucking suck, man. So I think Hugh Jackson sort of heard through the wall about them killing people and shit. And then he walked in and he's like, listen, I'm going to get a 5-year contract extension right now. And even if I go 0-16, you won't fire me because I know about you fucking planting the bodies. I know everything. And if you kill me, there's a safety deposit box somewhere with all of this written down. I have a job no matter what I do. I don't understand how Hugh Jackson has a job. That's a good call, Yura. Gase will be fired. Gase will be, but not this year. But they're not going anywhere with Gase, All right, so Marvin Lewis, Hugh Jackson, gone. Let's get to the South. Doug Marone's done a nice job. Mike Mularkey needs to go. Mike Mularkey needs to go. The Tennessee Titans have way too much talent to be the fucking clusterfuck shit fest that they are. I mean, they've been outscored. They've scored 319 points. They've given up 346. They're a winning team. It's been outscored. The Titans should be like the Rams. The Titans should be a juggernaut team. And people say, well, look at Marcus Mariota. He's not getting better. Marcus Mariota's not getting better. How is he going to get better when Mike Mularkey is his coach? And Dick LeBeau is the defensive coordinator. All due respect to Dick LeBeau. And I know the guy's a legend, and I know he knows football. But Dick LeBeau and Mike Mularkey combined age, what is it? 138? Let's see for real. Let's see their fucking age here. Let's see their combined age. Mike Mularkey. Mike Mularkey is 56. Fuck. I figured he was older. Holy fuck. How does Mike Mularkey have a job as a head coach? Like, this is why this league sucks. The players are faster, stronger, and better than they've ever been before. But the league is more boring than it's ever been before because of guys like Mike Mularkey. All right, so Mike Mularkey's 56. Dick LeBeau. He's 80. You have a fucking 80-year-old fucking coordinator. So, hey, not a bad guess. I told you they have a combined age of 138. It was 136. So, your head coach, who's the offensive guy, and your fucking coordinator here have a combined age of 136. Like, you know, with all due respect, Dick, like, you got to go, man. Like, what is this? Like, Dick LeBeau started coaching in fucking 1973. So it's not the same league anymore, fuck. Like, Mike Mularkey's an idiot. He's a clown. He's a shitty coach. He's not going to make... Look at Jared Goff. Jared Goff with Jeff Fisher was clueless. The kid wasn't even good enough to be on the field. They bring in Sean McVay, who's a young guy, who's been a quarterback coach, offensive coordinator, understands a quarterback perspective. You know, you take a player first overall in the draft, and then you don't coach him. It's preposterous. So it's the same thing with Mariota. Yeah, but Mariota's not going to get better if fucking he's hanging around with Dick LeBeau and fucking Mike fucking Mularkey. Like, Mike Mularkey is fucking lucky to be a fucking special teams coach in the NFL. How is he a head coach? What has he ever done to fucking warrant? You know what? I think Mike Mularkey's the perfect guy to run my team. Yeah, I guess so. If you want to go 8-8, coach, you know, that's, yeah, sir. You tell the owner, if you want to go 8-8, I guess so. Because your ceiling with Mularkey will be 9-7 or something. You know, that's like if everything falls into place for the guy. Like, why does Mike Mularkey have a fucking job? He's a shitty fucking coach. And somehow Mike Mularkey, you know, he doesn't give Derrick Henry the fucking ball enough. Marcus Mariota is getting worse. Not getting better. He's getting worse. Here he is in year 3, and he's worse than he's ever been. You know, you've got arguably the best offensive line in football. The Tennessee Titans fucking are stacked on the O-line. You got Derrick Henry and DeMarco Murray. DeMarco Murray's fucking pretty much at the end of the road, but Mularkey's too stupid to give the ball to Derrick Henry. Their defense sucks. Dick LeBeau's an 80-year-old fucking man. They're a fucking shit show. Fire them, fuck. Tennessee Titans are never going anywhere with his coaching staff. Bill O'Brien, we talked about it. Bill O'Brien's useless, fuck. The only thing Bill O'Brien ever did good was fucking get fucking Matt McGloin in the NFL. Bill O'Brien's big fucking claim to fame is that whatever. Ooh, he was on the Patriots staff. Yeah, so was Charlie Weiss. How'd that work out? Bill O'Brien was a good coach at Penn State after the whole Sandusky thing. Yeah, somehow he catapulted going 6-6 with Penn State into a fucking NFL coaching job. The Houston Texans perennially have like the highest payroll. Like they go right to the cap. They fucking max out. They'll pay luxury shit. You know, it was Bill O'Brien that wanted to bring Brock Osweiler in for $18 million a year. He wanted that. It was Bill O'Brien. Bill O'Brien's gone through like 10 or 12 quarterbacks over the 4 years. Literally, I can't even keep up with them all. Yates, Fitzpatrick, fucking Savage, Mallet, fuck. Every other stiff white guy. McConnell, fucking TJ, PJ, BJ, fucking CJ. Like, name a shitty fucking quarterback. He's been the Texans quarterback over the last few years. He's a quarterback guru. He is like, that's his specialty, Bill O'Brien. That's like what is this guy bringing to the table, like as far as his nuts and bolts? He's a hell of a fucking eye for quarterback talent, this guy. Yeah, hell of a talent fucking for quarterback. He drafts Tom Savage. Fucking, signs TJ Yates over and over again. Fucking, like I said, I can't even remember. Like the list of quarterbacks, like that this piece of shit is brought in, fuck. All right, here. 1, 2, 3. So this is his 4th year. So, of course, the first thing O'Brien did is get rid of Matt Schaub. Did I just see a guy on the Eagles? Number 56? You're a fucking dumbass, man. Look at this guy. The guy's celebrating all the balls, and he runs away from the play. Look at this. Great league, the NFL, eh? Fucking guy can't wait to look at me, I made a play. The ball's lying on the fucking turf, you fucking dickhead. This is what we've come to. You guys can't even finish the fucking play before. Look at me, everyone. What a fucking disgrace, fuck. Yeah, fuck off, Manny Cruz. Fuck. The long guys are usually pretty good. I can't believe the guy gets up. Like, it's just that's the byproduct of today's NFL, man. Oh, I guess even on Christmas, huh? Never ends. You're gone! Fucking trolls. All right. Well, who else do we need to boot out? What's up, Stooch? Who else do we need to boot out here? Who's next? There's Foles. No doubt going to be incomplete in a second. Oh, no, he gets sacked and loses 15 yards. Like watching this is like watching a bad college game. Good job, Foles, going backwards. So at what point, hey, Foles, do you figure I better throw the ball away? No. Like, look at Foles. It's like he's never played in the NFL before, this guy. Like, holy shit, this is bad. Sean Crane said he likes a T-shirt. Hey, Connor Sussman, why don't you go stick your dick in a blender and stick your head in a fucking microwave? Do us all a favor, fuck. Oh, Ryan's Family Garage says, fuck me. Oh, no, Ryan's Family Garage. Hey, Ryan, fuck you and your fucking family. I saw your sister fuck last night. She was outside the homeless shelter fucking giving hand jobs for $5. You better go check on her, Ryan. Of course, it's Laker night. It's Laker night. All these shitheads can watch the Lakers lose. Your team sucks. Lonzo Ball sucks. And you're all fucking stupid. The Lakers are a fucking shit show fucking joke. All right? Go watch them somewhere else. Is Steve Nash the best Canadian basketball player of all time? No, I actually don't think he is, actually. I think I would beat Lonzo Ball in a game of horse. I think I am better. I could beat Lonzo Ball one-on-one. I could beat Lonzo Ball one-on-one. I could beat LeVar, no problem. I don't know, Lonzo, I could beat probably both of them at once. I'd play LeVar Ball. Obviously, I wouldn't beat Lonzo Ball, but I could beat LeVar Ball, I think. LeVar Ball wants to play one-on-one, I'll play him. I'll trip him and shit. I don't know what it is, though. You guys notice, though, we never get ambushed with trolls like if it's fucking the Houston Rocket night or the New York Knicks night or the Raptor night. It's just the Lakers. It's just the Lakers. It's only the Lakers. Like I said, for all you like people tuning in, like every other no other team do we get this. They're not really even Laker fans, these people. They're just fucking stupid fucking, I don't know. It's the ugly side of America. The American, Laker fans weren't like this. It's just the modern shithead, you know? I can't imagine that too many of these people that are coming in here and trolling us and shit are older than like 22. How old do you think they are? 19, 18, 16? Like, I don't think there's too many that are grown men, you know? Laker fans used to be normal people. Kind of bandwagonish, but normal people. But yeah, when we say Laker fans, you can't call fucking people in the chat Laker fans, you know what I mean? YouTube trollers, they're not real Laker fans. If these people were real Laker fans, they wouldn't be so stupid to come here looking for the game. Right? If you were a real Laker fan, you wouldn't be like, oh, I don't know, the Lakers just seem to attract. I guess there's like these, you know, millennial fuckheads that like Lonzo Ball and shit. And, you know, they don't really know where to watch an NBA game. Man, yeah, you guys, so that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy because I can't imagine a grown man acting like that shit, but like I said, you know, I've talked about it though. Like the level of trolling is shit too. It's like football nowadays. Like people are so stupid now, they can't even like creatively troll you. You know, I used to be on AM radio. I used to get a shitload of fucking crazy calls and shit. And some of them were funny. Some of them were actually funny, you know? You know, but nowadays the art of, oh, you're bald, fuck you. It's like, really? Wow. What do you like? What do you have, an IQ of 6? That's the best thing you can come up with? Yeah, no, but no, millennials aren't, you know, we can't blanket them all. All right, so it's 10-10 right now. The kicker on the Raiders is pretty good. Me, I don't care. Like, personally, it just boosts our viewership numbers up, right? So, all right. Oh, I'm surprised they didn't call a penalty here on the Eagles after a car slid. Oh, you better not touch the quarterback. Do I have any interest in going to that outdoor game in Buffalo? No, I don't, Vic Vinegar. In fact, that's the last thing I'd want to do is sit outside in the fucking cold for 5 hours watching a junior hockey game. Although I do bet on the World Juniors. Are they really going to be able to? How many tickets are they going to sell for that shit? Like, did they sell that out? All right. So, anyways, let me blast through the rest of the coaches that should be fired here. So yeah, the South is a division that they all need to go. Marone can stay, but you know, we talked about it. Malarkey needs to go. Tennessee's not taking the next step. Houston, Bill O'Brien's a moron. He's got 9-7, 3 straight years with a shitload of talent, and here they are right now. You know, 4-11. Fuck his excuses. Fuck. Oh, Deshaun Watson's hurt. You didn't even want to start Deshaun Watson. Indianapolis, Pagano's got to go. Forget about everyone was hurt and stuff like that. Pagano's got to go. Pagano should have been fired a couple of years ago, but the fact that he got cancer bought him a couple of extra years. Hard to fire a guy when you got Chuck Strong signs up everywhere around the stadium. But now at this point, Colt fans aren't going to say, oh, you're an asshole for firing this guy. You got to fire him. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So far, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys that should go. Andy Reid is Andy Reid. Anthony Lynn's done a decent job with the Chargers. Del Rio's a clown, but he's not going to get fired. And Vance Joseph should get fired. Vance Joseph's in over his head. Like, remember, like, in the first week of the season, Sergio Dip made his debut on TV. Hey, I'm Sergio Dip, and Vance Joseph has the time of his life coaching the Denver Broncos. Like, Sergio Dip is better at his job than Vance Joseph is at his. Like, Vance was, I don't know how Vance got this job. They kept saying, oh, he's a local guy. He played at Colorado. It's like, Colorado's not even in Denver. Fuck. It's in Boulder, the University of Colorado. Like, I don't, so what? What are the Michigan, really, the Detroit Lions going to hire every guy that ever played for the Michigan Wolverines? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, Vance Joseph was a strange hire. It didn't work. But Elway hasn't made a right decision in a couple of years. Elway pushed a lot of right buttons a few years ago. But like a gambler, he was hot and now he's cold. He fired John Fox after going to the Super Bowl. He gave the job to Gary Kubiak. They bring in Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning wasn't playing well. They went to Brock Osweiler. They went back to Peyton Manning. They win the Super Bowl. You see, like, everything he did sort of turned out perfectly. The drafts, the defense, Von Miller. A lot of stuff worked out for him. But that was years ago. Now you look, it was him that, he tried to sign Brock Osweiler to a long-term deal. Brock Osweiler's terrible. He tried to fucking do it. Brock Osweiler rejected him. He offered Brock Osweiler $15, $16 million a year. And Osweiler took the 17 or 18 from Houston instead. There's Tavecchio. Should have taken a long field goal. Fucking prop. So here's was that a 48-yarder? The weather, I thought the weather was going to be worse. I should have taken this prop. Hopefully he misses, though. He misses. Good. Eagle players all celebrating. You guys didn't do anything. Good thing I didn't take the long field goal prop. I didn't trust it in this game. I thought it was going to be rainy and colder, but not even close. Not even close. What a shitty game this is. And none of these players can do their job. Fuck. All right, so, Vance Joseph needs to go. Oh, fuck me. You got to be fucking kidding me, man. You got to fuck off, man. Fuck off. Fucking Nick Foles, fuck. Holy shit, bro. Fuck. Oh, now Foles is hurt. Ty Rich, you've walked 10 plays, 4 turnovers. Yeah, and a missed field goal. And a missed field goal. Like, this league, like, what are we betting on? What am I betting on? Like, honestly, like when we bet on Australian basketball, it's better than this. Like, it's more of a professional type of performance. Like, this is like betting on Brett Favre and his buddies in that Wranglers commercial. Like, are these guys professionals? Is this real football? Is this what you call real football? Is this what they pass off as entertainment? This is Capital City. We're not in the sticks anymore here. This is the big leagues. Now they can't stop Marshawn Lynch. Like, they can't even take him down. All right, give me a minute. I got to fucking blaze one, everyone. Holy fuck, guys. Oh, fuck, man. This is a fucking nightmare. Like, the CFL really is like more entertaining than this, guys. I'm not even joking. The CFL isn't perfect, but the CFL is actually more entertaining than this shit. This is fucking wow. That's a fumble. So what's that? 4 fumbles in the last like 12 plays? 4 fumbles, a missed field goal. Like, holy shit, man. 32-24 T-Wolves.
The Eagles offense from their own 16. And desperately to find any running room, settles for a 2-yard gain. Once again, the versatility of Malcolm Jenkins. With help from Rodney McLeod, strips the ball out of there. Raiders have had the ball with great field position 3 times inside the Eagles' 50. They miss a field goal, they throw an interception. Richard gets stripped. We're still deadlocked at 10. Very conservative play calling there. I expect trouble this offense tonight. Eagles still have not reached 200 yards in total offense. They're up to 196. They average 387 per game, third best in the league. Behind only New England and New Orleans, but that was with Carson Wentz running the show for most of the year. You used the word streaky in the front play that you share with us. I think we've seen that really in the 2 weeks. That's exactly right. I've seen him get streaky hot, and unfortunately tonight he's been streaky cold for Eagle fans. It's a cold win night. It sure is. On these nights, 15 for 31 for 142 balls. Down under duress, throws it deep and incomplete. Incomplete pass. Intended for Alshon Jeffrey, who still does not have a catch tonight. And Philadelphia is 1 for 12 on third down. And it's not all Nick Fols's fault. There's not a lot of wide open receivers that I have seen tonight. The Raiders have mixed up their coverages. They have matched up their corners. They have made tremendous strides on defense in the last 4 or 5 weeks. I go back to John Pagano, the job that he and his coaching staff have done. Short punt by Jones. Richard waving his teammates away. They get another chance for an excellent field position for Oakland. Will they capitalize this time? A 37-yard punt by the 14-year veteran, Donnie Jones. Doug Peterson knows he needs a big play from his defense again. He just cannot find the right play to call. I've never seen this season the Eagles completely shut down less than 200 yards of total offense. They need a big play once again from their defense. Eagles season low for total offense is 304 yards against San Francisco. They're a long way from that tonight. But the defense keeping them right in there with the Raiders. 4-yard gain for Marshawn Lynch. And the clock will tick down here 4 minutes when they snap it again. Well, the Raiders follow us. We are bringing our big boy pads tonight. We are going to fasten our chin straps, put our neck rolls on, and we're going to come storming off the ball. We're going to stay with the running game. And Marshawn Lynch, 24 carries, 97 yards. I haven't seen a 100-yard rusher against Philadelphia in some time. 25 games. October 20th last year, the Redskins, Matt Jones rushed for 135, the last man to run for more than 100 against the Eagles. Lynch with that loss at 95 yards. Keep an eye on number 32, Rasul Douglas, who's in this game for Philly. He was a healthy scratch last week. Back in action tonight. 31, Jalen Mills is out of the game. Douglas, rookie out of West Virginia. Dancing around, running out of time. Dumps it off the Lynch behind the line of scrimmage, and he's out of time. Back at the 40, run down by Tim Jernigan.
I'm surprised he didn't fucking. Surprised he wasn't recovered by the Raiders. Oh, wow. All right, let's check in on our Kuzma props. This game's probably going to end in a 10-10 tie. Jai loses 5 yards. They're going backwards. All right, nice start for Kuzma in the props. Rebound's a little low right now. Only 1 rebound, but he's got 10 points. He's got 1 rebound, and he's got 2 assists. So that's 13. That's not bad, all things considering. Oh, Kuzma. Oh, boom. Kuzma just got a rebound and a basket. Boom. So that's 14-17. Fuck. There's still 6 minutes left in the second. The overall prop was 28.5. He's already at 17 right now. Nice pace, but let's not jinx this. Kuzma, reverse layup. Kuzma, rebound. Oh, assist, Kuzma. Nice. Hey. That's good. Kuzma's racking up the stats. No, you're exactly right, Edge. And that's the problem right now. You can tell the Raiders, the coaches don't trust the players. They don't trust Foles to throw the ball. And, if they just run into a wall like this, they're going to punt the ball. They're going to put the Raiders in field goal position. Fuck, this game is bad. I don't know. Like, look, when they scheduled this game, they figure, okay, the Eagles and the Raiders will be a good game, but none of the games are good. Like I said, the entire NFL, there's been maybe 10 good games, and I'm being pretty generous. Yeah, Vance Joseph, an idiot. Jason Garrett, whatever. Jason Garrett's Jason Garrett. He's not a horrible coach. He just is what he is. Gruden's not getting fired. The Giants already fired their coach. Jim Caldwell's a decent coach. The Lions, are what they are. Yeah, maybe if they got a little bit more aggressive in free agency and drafted better, the Lions would be better. It's not really Caldwell's fault. McCarthy's overrated, but he's not getting fired. John Fox will get fired, even though I'm not really sure he deserves it, but he will get fired. Dirk Cutter should be fired. He probably will be. Bruce Arians is going to retire. And that's it. There's going to be about 7 coaching spots open right now in the NFL. They were talking about Todd Haley earlier tonight. You don't want to recycle guys all the time, but there's going to be a lot of jobs available. And there's not that how many more qualified people are there. And the NFL doesn't really go the college route. Holy fuck, Foles. Like, they can't even get a first down. Wow. Then what do the Eagles do? Like, what the fuck did the Eagles do today? Did they all eat turkey before? Are they all fucking slow on tryptophan right now? They all hanging around with our boy Bruce Chad eating Domino's today? Where is Bruce Chad? What up, Stucci? I'm scrolling through the chat. I just realized, where's Bruce? Bruce too good for us. Yeah, Bruce is fucking. Bruce is in a bad mood tonight. Probably Bitcoin. Domino's not open. What's up, Gargon? Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, Bruce is like going through withdrawals right now. Fucking Domino's. Babano's got a family and a life, Murkowski, I believe. Johnny Redbeard. Oh, it's terrible, the NFL. All right, so we got some bowl games tomorrow, though. Josh Rosen was going to play. Now he's not. There's big line moves. Up. Hey, there's Bruce. What's up, Bruce? Intercepted. Oh. Well, now we got to see whether he was touched or not. And did he catch it? All that stuff. He's down. No touchdown. No touchdown. no touchdown. Yeah, thanks, Bruce. I blame you for this Eagles. They were hanging out with you, fuck, eating Domino's today or something. I don't even know if he caught the ball. He was down, but now they got to check and see if he caught it. Yeah, that's a catch. That's a catch. What's up, Lucas? No, Bruce not going to be in Vancouver. Bruce doesn't leave the compound much. We'll cut. Yeah, he caught that catchy. Catch eye. Yeah, he caught it. I think he caught it. Listen, I've said it before. If the ball hits the ground, I would have it no catch, but that's not the rule that they have. It hit the ground, but it never moved. Look, he has possession of it. Look, there's the catch. All right, he goes down. Boom, ball hits the ground, but it doesn't bounce. Catchy. It doesn't play stance. The Lakers take the lead. Oh, that's just great. This would be the T-Wolves get the lead back. This would be the second week in a row, though. Huh? Look, last week Derek Carr fumbled the ball on the 1 yard line for the touchback, and it cost them the game. And now tonight he throws the pick. I still expect this to probably go to overtime. Foles will probably throw a pick here. The kicker for the Eagles is good. I'm going to lose the Eagles parlay. I'm going to lose the Eagles teasers. I'm going to lose the Eagles minus the points. We're going to lose the teaser. I'd prefer if the Eagles win because we do have that T-Wolves Eagles parlay. At least that will come into play, and we got the Kyle Kuzma props in play here, and we got to accept. I've been doing a little chasing for the last 2 days. I've been in a bad spot. It's too bad too. I was really doing well for the last month or two. I had no real major meltdowns, but the last 48 hours, it's uncanny. Like today, anything I touch, fucking, it's like I'm the Iceman. We did hit the Juju. We hit this the Schuster prop that we liked a lot. Also, I'm betting on a lot of games that I don't love. What are you going to do? It's the holidays. I'm sitting here alone. I'm going to end up betting on these games. And it's weird because I'm like, I can't bet on every one of these NBA games. So the ones I bet on, I lose. The ones I don't, I would have won. It's just fucking. And when I zig, I should zag. And then tomorrow, let's be real, man. It's not like these bowl games are fucking locks on either side, but none of these bowl games are. Yeah, they're all a gamble coming in. They'll get better with the better teams, so it's sort of increasing in quality, but we're still sort of in the nowhere's land. But starts off tomorrow, 1:30 in the afternoon with the Utah Utes and the West Virginia Mountaineers. And I think it's the fucking Heart of Dallas Bowl. I don't know. Fuck. Stupid fucking bowl names. That's the thing. No one gives a shit about these bowls. No one knows what they are. One team usually doesn't care. Coaches are quitting. Yeah, what is it? The big tradition of the Zaxby's Heart of Dallas Bowl. The Utah Utes, 6.5-point favorites. The starting quarterback for West Virginia is out. He got hurt in that game against Texas. So starting quarterback is out. West Virginia are one of the worst bowl teams in the NCAA. Their bowl numbers are hideous. I think they're 5-16 all-time type shit. I can get you the exact number. West Virginia do not play well in bowl games. They never have. And conversely, on the other side, Kyle Whittingham is a fucking bowl guru. He's Pete Weber. He's the Pete Weber of the bowls. He's 10-1. And the Utah Utes are actually 14-1, I believe, all time in bowl games. West Virginia are flaky. West Virginia are a flaky team with a backup quarterback. I don't trust them. Yeah, Kyle Whittingham is 10-1 straight up, 8-3 against the spread in bowls. Here's the 48-yard field goal attempt. It's up, and it's good. And the long field goal prop hits that I didn't take. Fuck. Yeah, here it is. West Virginia, 6-20 against the spread. The last 26 bowls, going back to 1982. They played in 26 bowls. They've only covered 6 times, including 1-6 against the spread the last 7 bowl games they played in. Another thing to hang your hat on here, the Utah Utes, 4-0 straight up and against the spread the last 4 times they played against anybody in the Big 12. Yeah, West Virginia are a flaky team at the best of times. Coming into a bowl game here, they can't be trusted. Now, listen, Utah's offense is pretty pedestrian, though, right? Johnny Kicknuts, it's on me. Yeah, so Utah laying 6.5. I'm not, the total, I don't have a strong opinion on the total. I would lean with the under, to be honest with you, but I don't have a strong opinion on the total. Utah probably cover and beat them. I think I'm going to play Utah on a money line parlay with Kansas State. We mentioned Josh Rosen. Josh Rosen was going to play in this game, and I was impressed that he was going to play in the game. But I see what Josh Rosen was doing. I think Josh Rosen played everybody. Josh Rosen announces he's going to play in the game. So it looks like, and I gave him credit. Everyone else gave him credit. The NFL guys are like noticing, oh, look at this guy. He's going to play even though he's hurt, and he could be the number 1 pick in the draft. Knowing he's not going to play. So he looks like, I really want to give it a go, but I couldn't. The doctors really told me I shouldn't. But it kind of pulls the carpet out from underneath everybody. A couple of days before the game, the Rosen, it's like, no, I'm not playing after all. Yeah, I agree, Gino. A pick and interception would be nice right now, but that would really, really be a miracle. All right, so down to 10 seconds right now. Listen, if the Raiders made like 1 play over the middle of the field, they could call timeout and kick a long field goal attempt. But as Johnny Kicknuts is saying, Derek Carr is kind of flaky. And the Eagles are getting a pass rush. So yeah, there's 10 seconds left right now. The ball's on their own 36-yard line. They need about a 20, 25-yard pickup just for a chance at a field goal. Yeah, good call, Rich. How selfish of Rosen, fucking over the fucking gamblers. They closed it an even 10. I don't think Crabtree had 1 catch tonight. Like, honestly. They can't even get like the pass off. Holy fuck, they're bad. It's just so bad. And then now the Eagles are going to run around the field like we just clinched home field. It's like, yeah, enjoy your little party, guys, because your home field, At least, you know what, for the Eagles, at least like when they lose, they won't have to fly home. You know what I mean? At least like the Eagles, they won't have that. That was a long flight home after losing that playoff game. At least you lose, you'll drive home, you go to the club that night later. There's no way in hell. I'm calling it right now. The Eagles lose their first playoff game. This fucking team sucks. Yeah, no, you're going to see the Eagles are going to run around here, hey, like they're fucking great. It's like the Minnesota Vikings are watching this thinking, we're going to fucking kill these guys. The Rams are going to smoke them. Let's see who they'll most likely play. It's a little tricky, but let's see. So they're the 1 seed. The Eagles are the 1 seed. So they get to sit out the first week. The playoffs are pretty much like figured out in the playoffs are pretty much figured out in the NFC. The only question is whether it's going to be the Falcons or the Seahawks. I'm Jorge. Oh. Please. Yes. Oh, yes. Unbelievable. No, you got to kick the extra point. This happened in the Army game. Thanks. Derek Carr did it again. Finally, guys. Thanks, Nate Dogg. Unfucking believable. Even Sean McDonough just said it. Sean McDonough goes, oh my God, and people get an early Christmas present. Oh, here's big man on campus. Settle down, big man. As I was just stating, the home field, it'll be a good thing for the Eagle players. Fuck, they won't have to fly home after losing. You got to be kidding me. They take a knee. Wow. I don't even know what to say anymore. Bettors that just laid 9.5 are like right now, anyone that laid 9.5, 10 points, basically like this is suicide time, I think. This is like Christmas night. You get the bonus, they score the touchdown, and they take a knee at the end. It really is unbelievable. Now, as I told you earlier, I took the minus 7.5 in game earlier. So final score 19-10 after all that. 19-10. Did anyone just get screwed over there? No, I didn't buy down Brett Patterson. I bet it in game. I bet it in game. I bet like the Eagles, it was 0-0, but the Eagles were about to score. And I was pissed off. And in game at Bet365, I went to the alternate line. They had Eagles -7.5, minus 180 or something, 188. And it was I had the $50 free play. So it was a free play. Trade day just got screwed over. What up, Andy? Raiders money line. Now that was a ballsy bet right there. You bet the Raiders money line. You're sort of expecting, Super contest line was 8.5. We had them in a super contest, but we're a little short. Fucking sucks too. We're not that far. We weren't that far off in the super contest of finishing in the money, but too little, too late. We got hot over the last like 7-8 weeks, but not enough. All right, so we should send a link over to Big Man. Although I don't want to rain on his parade. But congratulations, though, Big Man. Your Eagles wrap up home field advantage. Nice. It was a nice year. But I believe, and everybody in the chat believes, and the chat's never wrong, that the Philadelphia Eagles are in big fucking trouble. No, that's why, that's why I don't want to bring you on, because I don't want to argue with you, but we're not raining on a parade. It's not one game, Big Man. Eli Manning threw for 450 yards last week on you. I wouldn't celebrate winning this game, Big Man. That was like a fucking train wreck. Nick Foles is fucking terrible, bro. Like I said, it sucks that Carson Wentz got hurt. If Carson Wentz didn't get hurt, you could go to the Super Bowl. But there's not a hope in hell this team's going to the Super Bowl. I was wrong. I thought that the Eagles were going to be fine, like without Wentz. I remember what I said. I said they went from the team to beat to now, well, they got a chance. They don't have a chance. Fuck. They've got no chance. Like, Nick Foles is fucking terrible. He's Nick Foles. Like, this team is not going to win one game. It has nothing to do with the Bills. It's not personal, Big Man. Yeah, whether the Bills make the playoffs or not is irrelevant on the Philadelphia Eagles' chances. They're in a lot of trouble. Like, look, anything can happen in one game. Anything can happen in one game, but the Eagles aren't winning 2 games and then 3 games in the playoffs. Well, thank you, Antoine. I know I am very smart. See, Big Man on campus takes it personal. We're just stating. Like we can't, I can understand his happiness and stuff right now, and then him getting, But the thing is, this isn't the Eagles post game show. We're realist about this. We're not like, oh yeah, the Eagles are great. Their secondary blows. Nick Foles is fucking terrible. J.J. fumbles the ball all the time. The play calling is fucking very, very pedestrian. Like this team's going to go down. I say this team loses their first game in the playoffs. But like we said earlier, pretty much everybody in the NFC is flaky. Like there's not one. Every time you think a team in the NFC really, really is the team to beat, they show cracks. Like the only team really not to show these cracks recently are the Rams and the Vikings. Pineapple just tweets, your mom. What, your mom's embarrassed that you're such a fucking loser in your life? I know, Pineapple. Maybe you should call her right now. I don't know. The Eagles didn't go for an extra point because they're lazy. Because it could have been blocked and returned. There was no point. It was just a play that somebody could have got hurt on. You know what I mean? I get why they didn't do it. All right, so look, right as the game ended, we were talking about all right, who they're going to play. Let's see. So Atlanta's playing against Atlanta's hosting Carolina. Seattle's hosting Arizona. Seattle's probably going to get in. I could see Atlanta fucking losing and Seattle getting in. Either way. So let's say if it's either way, it's Atlanta or Seattle. Who do the Saints play this week? At Tampa. Ooh, that's a win. One good thing the Eagles do is they avoid the Rams, because the Rams are the 3 seed. So the Eagles aren't going to play the Rams. The Vikings will have to deal with the Rams. The Vikings will have to deal with the Rams. So the Eagles are going to play either the Saints or the Panthers. That's who they're going to play. Now, they already beat the Panthers. And Cam Newton is flaky. Essentially, that's who it's going to be. It'll either be the Saints or the Panthers that go into Philadelphia. And I guess it could either be Seattle or Atlanta. For a fact, it's one of those 4 teams. I know it's kind of vague, but it's kind of confusing because they'll play each other. So they're all in the playoffs, but it just basically matters like where they end up. Like New Orleans is in the playoffs. Carolina's in the playoffs. Like there's only one spot left in the NFC. It's between Atlanta and Seattle. Seattle have an easier path to get there, but if Atlanta wins, they're in. So basically that's the deal. If Atlanta wins, they're in. If Seattle wins and Atlanta moves on. Seattle need to win and they need Atlanta to lose. Like it's pretty simple for them to get in. That's the deal there. So do you think Carolina goes in? So Carolina probably knows that, you know what, New Orleans isn't going to lose to Tampa Bay. So Carolina, let's pencil in New Orleans as winning the division. Pretty crazy that the South could hog like 3 playoff spots. So if New Orleans wins the division, they would host a game. So like I said, it's probably going to be New Orleans or Carolina that goes in there to Philadelphia. I think the Saints would beat them for sure. I think the Saints would beat them. Like Drew Brees would pick the secondary apart. Cam Newton is flaky. You never know what Cam Newton's going to bring to the table. The Rams really are a dangerous fucking team right now. I never believe in the Rams. See, Big Man gets mad at me because I'm just a realist, but I criticize all the teams, or at least I'll be real about all the teams. Like I said, I didn't believe in the Rams, but you can't not believe in them now. Even though the Rams are all young and stuff, and they're just so good. Like Todd Gurley is basically unstoppable right now. So they've got an unstoppable back. They've got a good young quarterback. They've got a shitload of open wide receivers all the time. Like the Rams are a fucking load to deal with. But like the Eagles have a shitty secondary. The Rams can be run on. That's their little weakness. If you can fucking pound the ball up their ass, fuck, they have a hard time stopping the run. But the Rams are very efficient. One thing with the Rams, too, why I think they're so good, is I give credit to McVay, is the play calling. The Rams are very aggressive. It's annoying if you bet against them. And I've bet against the Rams more than I bet on them this year, I care to admit. I hate to admit it, but I have. And, like, you watch a Ram game, you're like, oh, fuck, good. We got them in a 3rd and 8. And it's like, holy fuck. They fucking run this little fucking, like their play calling is good and aggressive. Like, the Rams don't show up and say, oh, we'll just fucking punt the ball here and we'll just, play it safe. Like, on 1st down, they're throwing the ball, man. Like, they're an aggressive offense. That's why, like, hey, I invited Big Man on. I invited him on, but I didn't want to turn it into an argument or anything. But I understand why he'd be upset. Listen, his favorite team just won. They clinch home field and stuff like that. But, we just all watch this game as neutral observers and see this team as a team that's in trouble. Like I said, they got fucked. Carson Wentz got hurt. Fuck, it is what it is. If Wentz didn't get hurt, then I could buy into the Super Bowl talk. All right, back to the Laker game. 66-57 T-Wolves. This is good. Is something actually going our way here a little bit? We don't have big units on this shit, but I'll take it. It's just, it escalated fast here. And Big Man shows up. He's like, hey, we won. I'm like, hey, I even said congratulations. Then right away, it got all personal. What about the Bills? See, I'm a realist. I don't really care about the Bills making the playoffs. Because I know if we made the playoffs, we get fucking waxed anyways. Like, I'm not one of these dudes. Oh, great, fucking right. It's like, yeah. It's like, look at our offense. Like, we can't compete with these teams. Tyrod Taylor fucking, like, I don't know how Tyrod Taylor orders food in a restaurant. He can't read. Fuck. That's the thing with the Bills. I like Tyrod Taylor, but if the Bills are going to take the next step, and we're close, but if we're going to take the next step, we need a quarterback. We really do. And they better not think that Nate Peterman's the guy. Don't think that Nate Peterman's the guy. Like, this is the time. We already fucked up. We could have drafted Deshaun Watson. We didn't. Whatever. It is what it is. The Bills have a shitload of draft picks this year, guys. They tried to tank, actually. Like, it's actually a miracle they fucking won 8 games. They tried to tank. We traded away everybody. But we fucking stockpiled draft picks. We got the Rams pick. We got the Chiefs. We got like 2 of the Rams picks, the Eagles picks, the fucking Chiefs picks. The Bills literally have like 14 draft picks, fuck. As long as we don't fuck it up, we're going to be good in like 2 years type shit. But there's going to be free agent quarterbacks out there. I don't really like any of the free agents. I don't want Kirk Cousins as my quarterback, I don't want Eli Manning. Eli Manning wouldn't want to play for the Bills anyways, but I don't want him either. Like, nah, that's not true. Svid show. Listen, I'm not I didn't like the decision. I thought it was ridiculous that Peterman played, but I can't sit here and tell you that they would have beaten the Chargers in that game. They wouldn't have. We wouldn't have lost 55-24. Tyrod Taylor wouldn't have thrown 5 interceptions, but they weren't going to beat the Chargers. Camera 2 Drew brought it up, and he was right. Like, if the Bills are probably going to fall 1 game short here. The game that really did the Bills in, there's a few of them. The game against the Bengals. The Bills led all game. They let down. They should have won that game at Cincinnati earlier in the year. And the Jet game, they rolled over in the Jet game, and then that Saint game. Like there was a little sequence there where they just sort of fucked up. But they're not a playoff caliber team. Like the Bills could make the playoffs, and even if they would play the Jags. They could fucking hang around with the Jags, low scoring, smash mouth game. But even if, let's say, they miraculously beat the Jags, like the Buffalo Bills would have no hope in hell going up to Pittsburgh the following week. Like we'd have no chance. Like I'm not delusional enough to think that we'd have any hope in hell. Like the Bills have problems, fuck. And it really stems, the top is they have a rookie coach who makes bad in-game decisions. But he is a good coach. I mean, the Bills are prepared, and, like, you can't say they're not. I mean, look, they were supposed to win 6.5 games. They won 8 games. And they'll probably end up with 9. So, it was pretty impressive what they did with the talent that they have and the lack of fucking injuries and everything. But I think that Tyrod Taylor sort of peaks out where he's at right now. Like Tyrod Taylor's a decent quarterback, but he's not you're not going 12-4 with Tyrod Taylor. Like what is different? Like what would be different with Tyrod Taylor next year? Like even if, let's just say let's just say for a hypothetical standpoint that the Cincinnati Bengals said to the Bills, listen, we're getting rid of AJ Green, but if you guys want him, fuck, we'll trade him to you right now for a couple of your draft picks. Like, even if the Bills had A.J. Green and Kelvin Benjamin, it wouldn't matter. Like, we wouldn't be any better. Like, we could put Jerry Rice on the fucking field. It won't matter. It's not the wide receivers. Like, Kelvin Benjamin is open all the time. There was a play yesterday when Tyrod Taylor was scrambling. Deontay Thompson was going like this to him. He was alone, wide open. Tyrod didn't see him. Tyrod's short. He can't read shit. He's a good athlete. He can run around. He can make a couple of plays. But you're not going to the next level with Tyrod Taylor. And I know McDermott knows this. That's why he tried to bench him earlier in the year. He just did it at the wrong time. And Peterman's not the answer. it's just fucked, man, because the Bills have like everything else at the Bills is ready for the playoffs almost. Yeah, now what are you going to do with the quarterback? We're going to go right down to a rookie, or like, I don't know what they're going to do. Yeah, McCoy is signed for next year, yeah. Easy Ice 101, the best team in the AFC is the Patriots, but I think the Steelers do have a chance. What up, Big Will? Merry Christmas, buddy. Yeah, I'm scared about that, Big Will. I'm scared that the fucking Bills will sign one of these stiff fucking free agents out there. I'm the clown who's getting paid to host this show, Dancing Duggo. You're the clown that's about to get kicked out. I'd say you're the bigger clown than I am. Listen, I hear the Bills do like Bradford and they like Lamar Jackson. I'd have no problem with Bradford to the Bills. I'd have no problem. Like they need a franchise guy. Jacoby Brissett is really just Tyrod Taylor, old man. And Merry Christmas, old man. Kirk Cousins would be good with the Bills, but the thing with Kirk Cousins is why would he go to the Bills? He'll have better teams interested. Listen, I like Lamar Jackson. I like Lamar Jackson. NFL QB free agents. All right. Teddy Bridgewater. Interesting. You know what? I would fucking look long and hard at Teddy Bridgewater's better than Tyrod Taylor. I would look long and hard at Teddy Bridgewater if he's healthy. Interesting. Teddy Bridgewater is available. Sam Bradford. Fuck Sam Bradford. Kirk Cousins. Interesting. Kirk Cousins. You know, Teddy Bridgewater would actually be a nice fit. It wouldn't be horrible for the Bills. My problem with Teddy Bridgewater is I just have a hard time really believing that he's fully healthy, you know? Exactly. Kirk Cousins is going to go to Denver, I would imagine. Or Eli Manning to Denver. Look, Washington's going to need a quarterback. Are they just going to draft a quarterback? But yeah, my guess is, the thing is, though, Gogster, EJ Manuel's not good enough to be a starter. The thing is with Elway, he doesn't like paying fucking $25 million a year to a quarterback. And Kirk Cousins, that's what he's going to get. I think Eli Manning is a possibility to Denver. Teddy Bridgewater is a decent quarterback. All right, here's an updated list here. All right. There are some big name quarterbacks that are available, but Drew Brees he's not leaving the Saints. And if he did for some fucking crazy reason, he's not going to the Buffalo Bills. And he doesn't have a contract, but here he is telling Hardwick and Richardson on 1360 AM in November, I don't plan on leaving New Orleans ever. This stuff will take care of itself on its own. So Kirk Cousins. Mike Florio, Pro Football Talk, is reporting that the Cleveland Browns are going to fucking give Kirk Cousins money. Basically that, and you see like Rosen doesn't want to play for the Browns, and word is Darnold doesn't want to play for the Browns. So all these fucking, whatever, man. Fuck you, kid. You don't even know Sam Darnold's going to be a bust in the NFL. Yeah, Mike Florio saying that the Cleveland Browns. Now, Kirk Cousins, does he want to go to the Cleveland Browns? Probably not, but if the Cleveland Browns offer him fucking $180 million or something, I'm sure he will. All right, so here's the list of them, actually. There's a lot of them. Derek Anderson, no, irrelevant. Sam Bradford, Teddy Bridgewater. Derek Carr's contract is up, but he's obviously not leaving. Kirk Cousins, Blaine Gabbert, Mike Glennon. A.J. McCarron. A.J. McCarron's a guy that could be good that's never gotten a shot. Geno Smith, yeah, great. There's really not, man. There's a lot of guys, but there's not a lot of good guys. Like I said, Drew Brees is on the market. Derek Carr, those guys aren't going anywhere. Kirk Cousins is leaving. Jimmy Garoppolo is actually a free agent. But obviously San Francisco is going to come to a deal. When they did the trade, they obviously already agreed to a wink-wink deal, right? You know, one thing that's interesting, actually, that I saw that, you know what? That's a good call, actually. Harry M. bringing up Alex Smith. That's a good call. Alex Smith is probably done in Kansas City. That's a good call, Harry. And you know what? For the Buffalo Bills, yeah, we'll be watching the playoffs in Vancouver till that. On Saturday, I'll watch the game. Sunday, I'll hang out with my mother again. But Saturday, we'll go watch the games. Go out on Saturday night. That's a good call, though. I like Alex Smith. I would jump on Alex Smith if I was the Bills. If Alex Smith becomes available, I would jump all over him if I was the Buffalo Bills. All Alex Smith does is win 10 and 12 games. And he's been on teams like, what's the difference between the Bills and the Chiefs right now? You know what I mean? You put Alex Smith on the Bills, suddenly we're a 10 or 11 win team. And then we lose in the playoffs, but I'll take it. It's a good point that you bring up, too. Somebody asked about Keenum. The Vikings, no, the Keenum's not going to be available. I mean, look, if you're the Minnesota Vikings, you've got three quarterbacks on your team right now. You've got Case Keenum, Teddy Bridgewater, and Sam Bradford. Sam Bradford's more fragile than I am. He's like more fragile than like a wet zigzag. Look, here's Sam Bradford. Hey, everyone, I'm Sam Bradford. Here's your new starting quarterback. Meet Sam Bradford. It's as fragile as a wet zigzag. Look at him. Sam Bradford's falling apart, man. He's falling apart. So yeah, if you're the Minnesota Vikings, you're gonna keep Case Keenum. So Sam Bradford will be on the market. Teddy Bridgewater will be on the market. Oh yeah, so a story I saw that the Green Bay Packers, I guess, violated the rules. The Green Bay Packers violated the rules with Aaron Rodgers, and various NFL teams are claiming that the Packers need to release Aaron Rodgers. Now, even if for some reason, if you want to go by the book, that the Packers violated some IR deal, I guess they violated some IR move with Rodgers. And various rule experts are stating that the Packers actually, by the definition of the NFL rules, need to release Aaron Rodgers now. Like they couldn't put him back on the IR, back and on and off. They need to release him. So even if they released him, though, it's not like Aaron Rodgers wants out and say, okay, there's a little clause here. I'm out. Fuck, I'm leaving. So it's kind of pointless. Like, even if they did. But the thing is, if I was a team, I would force this too. Like, teams aren't dicks enough in sports. If I was a team, I would say, listen, I know. I'd be in my boardroom and I'd tell my guys, listen, I fucking know that Aaron Rodgers isn't leaving Green Bay. But it's going to make their life difficult. Let's just force their hand. Let's push Goodell and say enforce the rules on this. Make them cut him, and it'll be a fucking nightmare for their salary cap trying to redo the deal and shit with him. Make their life difficult. Instead of saying, well, it doesn't matter because he's not going to sign with us anyways. That's not the point. The point is the Packers have a problem on their hands where they fucked up. Make them pay for it. If Aaron Rodgers is in violation and by the league, by the rule of the law, they need to release him, then release him. And if they got to re-sign him, then re-sign him. You figure it the fuck out how you guys handle this. It's not our problem. I never understand this in sports. Like the Golden State Warriors. The Golden State Warriors have fucking Curry, Green, and Thompson, etc., and Durant. And they have no money after this, okay? So for some reason, Iguodala and these other guys, and Draymond Green have to, everyone on the bench of the Warriors, none of these guys make big money. They're millionaires, they make big money in the real world, but by NBA standards, all these guys on the bench on the Warriors are really biting the bullet. Like Iguodala can make more somewhere else. Livingston would make more somewhere else, but they all accept it. Yeah, you know what? I'll make $5 million a year. I'll make $7 or $8 million a year only to be on the Warriors here. Okay. So they had no money, okay, the Warriors. And they had no money with the cap. They were over in the luxury. They were fucked, basically. In the summer here, it was basically man, we don't even know how we're going to fucking figure out how to fucking get a roster into place here because we spent so much money on the top end. So what do the Chicago Bulls do? They draft Jordan Bell, and they give him to the Warriors. Now, Jordan Bell, a rookie out of Oregon, makes $850,000 a year. That's the NBA rookie salary. So he's making, if you're not a top pick, Jordan Bell was 43rd overall or something like that. So he's making $850,000 a year, and he's good. So the Golden State Warriors and the Bulls take him and give him to the Warriors for some reason. It's if you're the Bulls, it's I don't know, guys, wouldn't have Jordan Bell been good for you guys? He's a good young player. Why would you help them out? listen, you guys got cap issues, so what? You know what? We'll draft this kid for you and just give him to you for cash considerations. It was the stupidest thing ever. Like I would say, you know what? Fuck Golden State. I'd say, fuck you. You guys run your team like a fantasy team. You fucking sign everybody. No wonder you got cap issues. Not my problem. I'm not going to help you out and give you Jordan Bell. Fuck you. Yeah, I don't know. Fucking trade Draymond Green that much. You got a problem. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't understand, like, why these other teams, like, don't, like, squeeze them. Fuck. So I would do the same thing, Kevin Conrad. Like I said, I know it's just technical shit, and Aaron Rodgers isn't leaving the Green Bay Packers, but if they violated the rule, and by the rule says that he must be released, then fucking release him. And then it's your fucking problem how you figure out how this counts with your cap, and you guys deal with this shit. And it becomes a big problem for them. And you have the NFL draft coming up, so it's just a distraction for them instead of preparing for the draft. You know, you got to think like these teams. You need to think like a politician would in a dirty campaign. How can we fucking make this other team stumble? You know, the Patriots get it. Like some of these other teams get it, but Kaepernick doesn't want to play in the CFL. Kaepernick doesn't want to play in the CFL. Thing with Kaepernick is Kaepernick doesn't love football. You know what I mean? It's not like Kaepernick is sitting around like, man, I really wish I was playing. And the Lakers just took the lead, 84-83. You want to talk about shitty fucking teams. If the fucking Minnesota Timberwolves can't beat the fucking Lakers, man, without Lonzo Ball and Ingram, yeah, the thing with Colin Kaepernick is he doesn't love the game, so he's not missing it. And secondly, he's rich. Kaepernick made quite a bit of money, like in the brief time. Like he never gave any signing bonus back or anything like that. You know what I mean? Like Kaepernick, I don't know what his deal was, 70 million, 80 million or something. It was pretty big. You never really know how much anyone has, but I read a profile on Kaepernick. It was like well done. It was like not like even a sports thing. And the ballpark was, I think they said he's got about $30 or $40 million. That's what he has right now, like in a bank, like on his own type thing. So that, if you've got $30 or $40 million in the bank, you're not, he's an activist now. You know what I mean? He's a rich guy. He doesn't live an extravagant lifestyle. Like Kaepernick is not, he's not greedy and he's not dying for money. So like he's not desperate to play football. And they're not desperate to have him. Let's see. Packers. I'll get you the exact details of the all right, here it is. Adam Shepard reports Sunday morning that a few unnamed teams are miffed at the way the Packers returned Rodgers to the IR after he briefly returned from a shoulder injury. These teams believe that the Packers violated NFL rules by placing Rodgers on the injured reserve after the Packers were eliminated from playoff contention. Rules state that a player must suffer a new injury every time he is placed on IR. The consequences aren't small. If a player doesn't suffer a new injury that's documented that keeps him out 6 weeks, NFL rules say the player must be released and placed on waivers. The rules are pretty clear here. This is fucking bullshit. And listen to this. Adam Schefter asked Roger Goodell. So they asked, so what's the deal with this? Like, what's your statement on this? NFL has no comment and referred all inquiries to the Green Bay Packers. So in other words, the NFL doesn't give a shit. And they'll just let the Packers handle a little PR fallout for the next day while nobody says anything about this. It's fucking garbage, though. I guarantee you, if the Bills fucked around with the IR, we'd have to put the guy on the, How about the Bills getting fucked over for their calls there yesterday, too, guys? Not that we were going to win the game, but it's fucking garbage, man. Anytime, we would have taken a 20-13 lead, but they didn't let us. Tell me that wasn't a touchdown by Kelvin Benjamin. So the NFL, they're such cowards, the NFL, they won't even comment on it. When Schefter asked the NFL referred all inquiries about this story to the Green Bay Packers. That's like referring it to the criminal. Why would you refer it? You're the authority, Goodell. I can't mess with Aaron Rodgers, though, or the Golden Boy. You're not even messing with them. They violated the rules. It's true. You can't just be putting players. You can't play, even in fantasy sports, we can't play footloose and fancy with the IR. I just tried to release a hockey player in my fantasy league. It wouldn't let me because they're on IR. You can't play. You can't, IR is IR. You can't fuck around with this shit. It's not like, oh, he's hurt. No, now he's not. Now he is. Now he isn't. And the thing is, the Packers never fucking claimed a new injury. They just put him on IR. I don't know. Why did they put him on IR? Why didn't they just have him on the bench? I don't understand this. They probably did it to save some money or something, and other teams caught on to what their little scam was here. This is fucking bullshit. I'm a Buffalo Bill fan. It has nothing to do with me. It's another conference, but even it bothers me. Like, if I was any team in the NFC fucking North, I would be all over this. Like, I wouldn't let this up if I was the Detroit Lions or Bears. I'd fucking be on the phone with Goodell right now saying, what the fuck's going on? Do you enforce the rules? Or I'd ask him, so is it okay if we is this the new rule that we can just all fuck around with the IR, Roger, or is this just for Aaron? Because if it is, and it isn't, I guarantee you, other teams can't fuck around with the IR like this, so why are the Packers getting away with this? And as I stated, I'm not naive enough to believe that, Aaron Rodgers is going to say, you know what, I'm going to Denver now since I have a little loophole in my contract. He ain't going anywhere. But they should be forced to deal with the consequences of violating the rule. But it's pretty clear if the NFL is referring all inquiries back to the Packers that the NFL has no comment and doesn't give a shit. Yeah, you see that yesterday, Chris Edge, with Kelvin Benjamin? It wasn't even controversial. It was obvious. He caught the ball, and there's no explanation. They never explained to the Bills after even. I saw McDermott after the game, and they said, what did they tell you? And they go, they didn't. They just said that it wasn't a touchdown. How was that not a touchdown, Kelvin Benjamin's catch yesterday? Thing is, guys, it was a massive turning point in the game. It was tied, and they scored a touchdown. They would have been up 7 points. And then after, I don't know if you saw, we stuffed them on a 4th and 2, and then they reviewed it, and they said that he reached the ball out when it was total garbage. His knee was down. And there was another play, too, when we were winning. Brady was getting all hissy and pissy, and he was yelling at the refs. He was being a little bitch like he always is. And Brady fucking threw a wing and a prayer up, man, because he was about to get sacked. And he underthrew it like he always does on bombs. So he underthrew it, and Brandon Cook stops and runs back, runs right into Micah Hyde, and somehow it's pass interference on us. Like the game, like I said, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, oh, you know, the Bills would have won. Fuck, we're losers. You know, but it wasn't a fair game. It was like playing the Harlem Globetrotters, and we're the Generals. Like, and, you know, even on Gronkowski's touchdown, he fucking pushed off. They don't call it. They want the Patriots on TV. You know, remember I talked about it last week, and I was saying about all the chicks I've been seeing recently wearing Tom Brady gear. You know, women like him, man. You know, he gets mainstream fucking media attention, Entertainment Tonight, Giselle. He's good for ratings for them. The NFL's a racist league, too. That's another thing. The NFL doesn't want black quarterbacks winning and being successful. Like, they didn't want Cam Newton beating Peyton Manning in that Super Bowl. And they did everything to make sure that he didn't, you know? Like, look at Cam Newton. Cam Newton gives the ball to kids after in the stands. And watch last year, the refs used to run and try to take the ball away. And then Cam Newton used to get, like, hate mail and, oh, he's an arrogant fucker. Aaron Rodgers fucking does a championship belt thing and got an endorsement deal on insurance, discount double check out of it. They didn't want Cam Newton winning, and they wanted Peyton Manning, you know, the nice American wholesome cowboy going out on top against the brother. And Cam Newton walked right into it and fucking choked on his own anyways. But they manipulated that game. Like, people don't realize, I've been around long enough to see how they do it. They basically just sort of poke you. They can't blatantly, like, rob you. So they just sort of, like, fucking, like, little jabs. And eventually it's like, fuck off, man. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, fuck. You're 10 plays in a row. You're screwing us here. All right. We know what's up. And then you make a mistake, and it's just sort of a domino effect. It happens with the Raptors all the time in the playoffs against the Cavaliers. Like, anytime the Raptors, like, go on a run or something, and it looks serious, like, oh, shit, the Cavs are in trouble. Fuck. The refs get panicked. And they, oh, no, traveling. Like, last year in the playoffs with the Raptors and the Cavs, they didn't even, like, they were calling, like, fouls, and you watch the replay, nobody on the Raptors were even around anybody. And they were, like, literal phantom calls. Like, the NBA is so fucking fixed in the playoffs. Not fixed, like, from the refs throwing games for money, but the NBA, and now the NFL is the same way, the NBA is solely based on TV numbers in the playoffs. That's all they give a shit about. So if you're in a bigger market, you're going to get the call. It's as simple as that. And the thing is, the Raptors, who happen to be the number one seed in the Eastern Conference right now. I know nobody's getting credit for it, but so the Raptors are number one seed in the Eastern Conference. The Raptors don't draw when they're on ABC, right? And it's not that they don't draw. People watch the Raptor games. They're playing against another NBA team. But the problem is they don't they lose on advertising because half the market is in Canada. They don't want a Canadian team. It's the same thing with baseball. Like, they don't want the Blue Jays in the World Series. They can live with it in the wild card and shit and in the playoffs, but they've got to get rid of them by the time it's the World Series. There's too much money at stake. It's the same thing with the Raptors. Like, it'd be a fucking nightmare if the Raptors made the NBA Finals for them. Like, they don't like certain teams winning. It's just a fact. And the Buffalo Bills are one of them. They don't want the Bills on TV in the playoffs. Fuck. But Buffalo's one of the smallest markets in North America. You know, there's no, you know, the Bills being on TV in the NFL playoffs doesn't help the NFL's problems. We'll put it that way. Oh, great. You think America, some guy wakes up in Texas? Oh, I can't wait to watch the Bills on TV today in the playoffs. They won't, right? And that comes into play. So let's fuck the Bills over. Who's more entertaining to get in the playoffs? Let's get fucking Tennessee or the Chargers and Phillip Rivers in LA in here. Nice story expansion team in LA. This shit's all manipulated, guys. The Chargers got every fucking call yesterday against the Jets, too. I watched that game. Every call the Chargers got. Why is that? Why were you giving every call to the Chargers and fucking the Jets? Meanwhile, the Bills are getting fucked at the same time. Because if you're the NFL, you moved the team to LA. That was your move, NFL. You put them in this shitty little stadium. The NFL network's in LA. You think the NFL, what would Roger Goodell prefer? When everyone was mocking the move to LA earlier in the year, he could say, look, they made the playoffs. What a great story after all this. Everyone in LA will jump on the bandwagon. Or the Buffalo Bills, who will fucking people in Niagara Falls, Toronto, and Buffalo will watch, and that's that. It's obvious what's going on in this league. You know, like, I see through their bullshit, man. It's all fucking manipulated. I mean, it was the same shit yesterday, too. They were fucking over the Bills also to fuck over Pittsburgh. They don't want Pittsburgh. Ben Roethlisberger is an alleged rapist. All right? Ben Roethlisberger isn't on Entertainment Tonight. The Steelers are a problem for the NFL. Like, they're not this big. They're a popular team in football world, but like for TV and shit, they're not. They're rather the Patriots in the Super Bowl and the Steelers. The NFL's become all about entertainment and shit. And even though it's ironic because their league isn't entertaining at all. But like Goodell likes this. Like he wants Entertainment Tonight and the celebrity shit showing up at the media day at the Super Bowls. If it's Ben Roethlisberger versus Case Keenum, Entertainment Tonight's not going. You know what I'm saying? They lose that luster. Like the mainstream luster of the Super Bowl. Oh, and Tom Brady, isn't he handsome? Like CNN and the Today Show. They can sell this and get involved with the Super Bowl and Giselle and, you know, what are you going to say? Oh, and Ben Roethlisberger, here's this ugly fucker from Ohio. And you know what, Savannah? Interesting story about Ben. 8 years ago, he fucked an 18-year-old girl in a bathroom stall. Was it against her will? We don't really know. Tune in Sunday night on NBC to see if Big Ben can get his third Super Bowl ring. It's a tough story to sell, like, you know. This guy finds me after the score. Dude, that was 10 years ago. If not longer. Yeah, I remember what I was saying, Chris Edge, too, about the Bills would do nothing in the playoffs. The Chargers ain't doing shit. Welcome aboard, Matthias Divine. The Chargers ain't doing shit, fuck. Yeah, Michael Vick deserved to get rid of, fuck. Fuck Michael Vick. Hey, it pains me. I was a big Michael Vick fan. But the guy's a dog murderer. The guy's a dog murderer. What's the excuse for a Canadian team not winning a Stanley Cup in 30 years? They sell out games anyways. Every Canadian team basically sells out every night besides Ottawa. And no Canadian team has won in 25 years, right? I appreciate that, Craig West. Thanks, Andreas. Mr. Clouds, I'm not going to argue with you about why Michael Vick was released, bro. What difference does it make if it was on his? So what do you mean? It was on his property. So what does that mean? So it's okay? I was killing dogs, but it's on my property. Look, the Toronto Maple Leafs are trying to win a cup now. Dude, I don't care, Cloud Kicks. Michael Vick's innocent. You're right. Big setup. Fuck. Should Michael Vick gone 11 worth? No, but he's lucky he even got back in the NFL. Fuck. Yeah, but it's a thing with the NHL. That look, like if you're the Montreal Canadiens, last Canadian team to win a cup, you're the Montreal Canadiens. You have the most expensive tickets in the league. You sell out every game, and you're worth $1.4 billion. You haven't won in 25 years. You know, the Edmonton Oilers, people go gaga over the Oilers, even though they're shit. You know, the Winnipeg Jets, Jet fans are like Eagle fans. Fuck. Jets think they're going to win a Stanley Cup every year. Elio Rodriguez, it's not that bad of a game. The Buffalo Bills can get in the playoffs if the Bills win and the Ravens lose, the Bills are in. If the Bills win, and the Ravens lose, the Bills are in. If the Ravens win and the Bills win, then the Bills need the Chargers and the Titans both to lose. So Baltimore's not going to lose to Cincinnati, or we should say Cincinnati's not going to beat Baltimore. Cincinnati just showed up and played with pride in their last home game to give Marvin Lewis that win. They're not beating Baltimore, even though Baltimore is shit. Fuck, their offense sucks. But Baltimore will find a way to win an ugly game. I think the Raiders actually could beat the Chargers. I think the Bills will fall short, though. The way I see it is the Ravens will win, the Bills will win, but the Titans or Chargers will win. One of the two of them will win. The Titans play the Jaguars, but the thing is, the Jags, the game's meaningless. The Jags are now locked into the 3 seed with Pittsburgh winning today. So they're locked in. All right, Minnesota T-Wolves up 110.99 here. The Raiders are going to try here. Like, I didn't think the Raiders would try tonight. I figured the Raiders would mail it in and say, you know what, we'll fucking really bring it on the last game. But like Chris Edge is stating, I lived in L.A. There's no Charger fans in L.A. You know, they have a new few people, but there's still a shitload of Raider fans in L.A. L.A.'s a Raider town. It will be like a home game for the Raiders. It won't be like a Charger game. So it will be like a home game for the Raiders. That's a fact. It's going to be like a home game. The Raiders will be pumped up because they hate the Chargers, and they know that they can fucking keep the Chargers out of the playoffs by beating them. So, and another thing is the Chargers will choke, too. I can see the Chargers choking. Like, and the Raiders used to always beat the Chargers in San Diego. So it'll be interesting to see if they can beat them in LA here. But It's no gimme for the Chargers that game. It will be like a home game for the Raiders, and the Raiders will like to beat a division rival and keep the Chargers out of the playoffs. Hey, we're not going to the playoffs, neither are you. You think they're going to want to roll over and let them fucking go to the playoffs? See, the Raiders will try. Now, the thing with Jacksonville is in Tennessee are in a free fall right now. Can't do anything right. Mike Mularkey's an idiot. But the Jags have said today, Doug Marrone said that he's starting his starters are playing. Marrone basically said, we're not good enough to be resting players. Like, we're not resting anybody. And they don't like the way they played yesterday. So Marrone could be bluffing and pull guys out as the game goes on. But basically, listen, the Jags didn't play well yesterday. They got punched in the mouth. They don't want to rest everybody and go into the playoffs after they just got routed by the 49ers, you know? Yes, to the Bills, I'd say the Bills have a possibility. I'll tell you right now, Chris Edge and Aaron, if we're getting like 7 points or something with the Raiders, I'm taking the Raiders. We just saw the Raiders cover tonight. At 113-102, looks like we could hit this parlay, guys. All right, let's check in on the prop. How many of you got? Did any of you tail me on the Kuzma props? Let's see what we got. Oh, motherfucker, yeah. Shit. The rebound one was a bad bet, but holy fuck, we smoked it. So yeah, the Kyle Kuzma, we needed total rebounds, points, and assists, 28.5. He's got 31 points. He's got 31 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists. So we needed 28.5, and we got 37. Only 3 rebounds, though. And it's a rout. And the game's going to go over the number. 117-102. Lakers aren't even jumping anymore. In the last minute, honestly, like the T-Wolves just got like 4 rebounds in a row. Like the Lakers literally just stood there and watched for the last minute. T-Wolves are dicks. Fuck, they're up by 15. They're all bombing threes. Little stat padding. 119-102. Hey, that parlay plus 131 hits, guys. So that late comeback win for the Eagles actually did help us. I don't go to sports bars, Nate Dogg. I don't go much, brother. I'll be at the Red Card Sports Bar in Vancouver, January the 5th. I don't go out to sports bars in Toronto. I go to Shula's Joe's sometimes. Twice a year or something. Sports bars don't really exist too much anymore either. All right, 121-104. Boom, we hit the parlay. Fuck. Anyone jump in on that parlay? We got a little creative. Philadelphia Eagles money line, Minnesota Timberwolves money line, plus 131. We'll take it. Yeah, I don't go, Nate. I'm on the air all the time, Nate Dogg. Real Sports is nice. The Real Sports Bar is a good bar at the Air Canada Center. It's expensive, but it is nice. But, yeah, I just go to Shula's Joe's a couple of times a year, you know. But, yeah, I don't go to see you later, Spencer. Merry Christmas. I don't go to sports bars, really. I'm on the air all the time here. Like, nowadays, the sports bars are a thing of the past, really. Most places are sort of bars. They'll show the game with a sound down because if you have a sound up at a sporting event, it turns chicks off, right? So you alienate half an audience right away. 121-104 final score. All right, so yeah, we'll take a quick break, and before we go, we'll blast through the World Junior futures and stuff, even though I don't really know anything about this shit. I am good betting it during the end game, but we'll recap the college football too. Like I said, Utah's going to win tomorrow. And I think Kansas State's going to beat UCLA. So money line parlay, Utah, Kansas State, minus 107. Utah, Kansas State, money line parlay tomorrow, minus 107. And in the other game, I'm going to roll the dice. I'm going to take the MAC team, Northern Illinois, plus 5.5 against Duke. Duke's offense doesn't scare me. Fuck. This isn't like one of Duke's better teams. All right, so we hit the Kuzma total rebound prop, prop points and everything, but we lose the rebound prop. We hit that. Derek Carr looked like he completed a lot of passes. How many passes did he complete? Oh, 15 only. And 19 for Foles, of course. Fucking useless motherfuckers. Marshawn Lynch, 95 yards. Yeah, fucking Michael Crabtree. Just did jack shit tonight. We got to start watching out. Look at Crabtree. 0 catches. Great stuff. I don't even know how that's possible, but 0 catches on 3 targets. All right. So, yeah, we'll take a quick break. World Juniors. When is that shit in the morning? Yeah, I can't lie and tell you I know anything about, like, the Finnish fucking World Junior hockey team. But what I can, once the games start, I'm good at the end games and I'll watch the tournament and figure it out quickly. All right, so we got Russia and the Czech Republic. Russia, minus 213. Belarus and Sweden. Sweden, minus 4.5 goals. Canada and Finland. And USA and Denmark. Denmark, minus 5.5. I don't know if we'll be on much for this stuff, though. What time are these games on at mostly? Canada's man-child, Johan Gadovich. Fuck, this guy's pretty big. Owen Sound. What were Canada's scores in some of these in the tune-up games? They just played Switzerland the other night in a tune-up. What was the score against Switzerland? Fucking TSN's website sucks. From what I see, hey, thanks for the kind words, Talat. We'll see you in 2 weeks, buddy. From what I've seen, I've noticed like McKenzie and all the TSN guys have really been gushing over this year's Canada team. I'll lay the goal and a half. I agree with Big Will. I'll lay the goal and a half with Canada. Get that empty netter, even as close. Finland are pretty good, but any soccer plays in the morning? No. I'm not bad with international soccer, but I'd be lying like with domestic stuff if I had something for you here. All right, we'll take a quick break before we wrap things up here.
Playing at a high level, man. It's hard, but
Hello, everybody. This is Joe 3, and today I have something very special. 2 songs every year over the past 7. One, I will. We also have Breath. I also did my remix of the Evanescence song My Immortal.
All right. Another Christmas come and gone. We're going to do we'll have some drinks on the New Year's Eve special. We have a New Year's Eve special this Sunday. Actually, won't be on SBR, though. It'll be on my Patreon page. All right, so we got to get out of here. I got a radio show to do in the morning. Everyone else might be on vacation, but no rest for the wicked. Yeah, so listen, Utah, I told you the numbers. Kyle Whittingham is 8-3 against the spread in 11 bowl games. He's 10-1 straight up. West Virginia 6-20 all time in bowl games, or since the last 26 bowls, going back to 1982. They're a horrible bowl team. They're a flaky team at best. Their starting quarterback is out. They're really bad without him too. Their offense is just terrible. Like, now they've had time to prepare, but I wouldn't expect much. I would expect Utah to cover. So lay the 6.5 if you want. If not, listen, Utah aren't great though, right? That's the thing. You're laying 6.5 points with a 6-16. But I think Utah are going to win a game, and UCLA are flaky at the best of times, and Sam Rosen's out right now. They can't stop the run. K-State's going to fucking gash them. K-State's just going to run the ball right up their fucking ass. And, if Josh Rosen was there and he was, they were pitching it around, I think they could hang around and be a good game. But, it went from 2.5 to 6.5 though. That's later in the day. That's the nightcap. I don't even know what time's that game at. Yeah, it's a night game. Yeah, so 9 o'clock at night. I think it's at 9, 8 or 9 at night. 9. Let me double check. Yeah, 9 o'clock Eastern. So we'll be on tomorrow night during this game. The Cactus Bowl. So you got to be patient, but sometimes patience, pays off. So like I said, Utah is going to beat West Virginia, and K-State's going to beat UCLA. Are they both going to cover the spread? Probably. There are no close bowl games. They're all blowouts for the most part. But I'm going to moneyline parlay them. Because if you tease them, it's -120 or -130. You might as well just moneyline it at -107. And then in the mid-tier game here, the middle game at 5:15, we've got Duke and Northern Illinois in the Quick Lane Bowl. Where the fuck is the Quick Lane Bowl? But, I've been saying about the MAC. The MAC's actually been doing pretty good in these bowl games. Or not as bad, at least. Northern Illinois are like the least flaky MAC program. A lot of these other MAC teams sort of hit or miss. Northern Illinois are going to show up in this game. And they've got a little bit of talent as well. To me, I don't know why Duke is 5.5-point favorites here. It's a roll of the dice, but I think Northern Illinois plus the 5.5 is the play there. I think the dog, even the money line. We probably have a close game though in this one. They're pretty evenly matched teams. Duke is overrated. Duke are 5.5-point favorites on conference reputation. Duke's just not a very good team though. I think they're being overvalued. And Duke's offense, look, they're 3-9 to the under on the year because they can't score. I'll give them credit. They did win their last 2 games, but they lost 6 in a row before that. They lost Army 21-16. They lost to Virginia Tech 24-3. They lost to Pittsburgh 24-17. They lost to Florida State 17-10. They lost to Virginia 28-21. They lost to Miami 31-6. Right. They did beat Wake Forest to end the year 31-23, but Wake Forest hit the wall after that Alabama. Wake Forest hit the wall earlier in the year. And I confused Wake Forest with Vanderbilt for a second. And they beat Georgia Tech 43-20. That's like their signature win. You know, you look at Northern Illinois. Northern Illinois lost their last game of the year at Central Michigan, 31-24. Before that, they beat a decent Western Michigan team, 35-31. They beat the shit out of Ball State, 63-17. They lost 27-17 at Toledo. They lost 34-28 at San Diego State. So, you know, Northern Illinois are a real team. They're not just like a flaky patsy fucking from the MAC. They beat Nebraska in the earlier in the year too. Duke's going to have some speed on them, but I think the physicality of Northern Illinois. Northern Illinois are a MAC team, but they're pretty much like a Big Ten team, really. Like, they're better than Rutgers. They're better than Illinois. Northern Illinois could be in the MAC, but in the Big Ten. Like, their quality of football is good enough to be a lower tier Big Ten team, but it's a little school. Yeah, so that's what I'm going with. It's a shitty game. Do I sleep, Louis? Not much. Yeah, if you look at Northern Illinois, they battled real teams. Duke are flaky, I just don't trust Duke like 5.5. As far as the UFC, we'll hit the UFC this week, Elio. I've got a video up at the Fantasy Sports Network YouTube page. Go to the Fantasy Sports Network YouTube page. I got a video up talking about this card already. I didn't even know Lineker pulled out. We'll jump on that tomorrow night, but we got to get out of here. Merry Christmas to everybody. As I stated, tomorrow we're going to lay the points with Utah, but our big play will be a moneyline parlay with Utah and K-State, and then I'll just lay the point spreads as well after smaller. So our big foundation play tomorrow will be Utah to win the game, K-State to win the game, moneyline parlay minus 107. In the middle game, I'm going to play Northern Illinois plus the 5.5 and money line. Yeah, it's up right now, Ryan J. Fantasy Sports Network website, Fantasy Sports Network YouTube page, me and Luke Gamblu. I like Carlos Condit against Magny. Khabib is going to win, obviously. Cyborg's going to kill Holly Holm. I think it's listen, we had Lou on a couple of weeks ago, and he talked about it. Favorites are winning at like a 74% clip in this shit. I think the main event, the co-main event, you just parlay the favorites. Carlos Condit's minus 165 in his return. He should win that fight against Magny. It's not a great card, really, for betting purposes. I'm looking forward to this Bellator train wreck fucking heavyweight tournament. But we'll talk some UFC this week. And with that, we wish you a Merry Christmas. Well, give us a thumbs up if you can on the way out. Support Sportsbook Review. Thanks to SBR. Merry Christmas to everyone out there in Costa Rica. If you're watching, some of you, thanks for the support, guys. Thanks for the platform. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for the support here in the chat, tuning into the show. Thanks, Gambling God. See you later, Steve. See you in Vancouver, Steve Mulholland. We'll be in Montreal with a Homicide Metal show this Saturday. And then Friday night, January 5th, live in Vancouver at the Red Card. Other than that, you're on your own. Later. Merry Christmas.